everyone, welcome to UTV Guna and our show, the Roaring Gunners from the City of Joy with Sauradeep from the Arsenal Bengal official supporters group. Hey bro, how are you?
Great man. Yeah, very happy with the win, and yeah, you can see it's all the way. Feeling good, feeling a bit more positive. But hopefully, Everton gonna make things a bit easier for us. Hopefully, I'm gonna feel better. It's all up to them on the Everton, Brighton, and Brentford. So yeah, feeling good at the moment.
Yeah, bro, let's hope so. Everton had a good win today, so hopefully that'll give us some confidence. But all we can do is concentrate on ourselves, do our best to win all the remaining games, get to 90 points. And our last two games, we've played really well. Difficult games on paper, you would say Chelsea is a difficult game, but the way they played this season, not so much. But still, they got a lot of world class players, and it's a London derby. So let's start with that one. It was a 3-1 win in the end. What were your thoughts?
Excellent performance. Where was this performance against Southampton? Where was this performance against West Ham? That's probably will be the question they should be asking themselves, because the last two games that we have played Chelsea, we blew them away. We were by far the best. It is kind of normal that the way we played, because Chelsea are struggling. They've been shit all this season, but at Newcastle, man, that was an amazing performance yesterday. I couldn't believe my eyes the way we played. Yeah, there was some early jitters. They had the post, but in Chelsea game, outstanding victory, to be honest. Two good goals from Odegaard, then Gabriel Jesus getting goal. Then I was probably thinking that we just lacked a bit in the second half, but we managed the game pretty well. Yeah, they scored a goal. They scored a goal, but we never looked threatened. Never did they threaten us to get something out of the game. So it was a clinical performance against Chelsea, but we should be asking the questions. But this was against the likes of Southampton and the likes of West Ham. So yeah, we very happy, very delighted with the victory of Chelsea and Newcastle. But you can see we are just probably at this moment we're just plugging out those moments where we should have done better.
Okay, what was your thoughts about the changes we made, though? Maybe that's played quite a big part. We know how tired Partey is playing so many games this season, and we saw Jorginho coming in for him. Big call by Arteta, but Jorginho's come in and played so well and made a big difference in his last couple of games. And also, we've seen that he brought Trossard in against Chelsea, and then we saw him being Kyria in instead of Holding as well. Who's he's got to say he's done really well. I know it's early days, but he's looked really solid. And we're seeing him also giving more game time to Tini, bringing him off the bench as well when we need to defend, especially if it's against Newcastle. That was a great call from him as well. So some of these changes have made a big impact.
Absolutely, you can see the way Thomas Partey was having bad time in the last few games, was struggling. He looked a bit jaded. He was giving the balls away. You could see the way we were conceding goals in the City match, in the West Ham matches. We were making individual mistakes, but Jorginho's change made the biggest impact, I do believe, because you could see he's doing he knows he does a very limited number of things, but he does those things extremely well, and we benefited from that. You could see he was sitting just in that pocket, and he was just doing all the holding midfield works, and the way he was picking the passes as well. So outstanding the change that we made instead of Thomas. But I thought the bigger impact was from Kivior. I think Kivior has been superb, man. He's just been here in January, and he's very young, but he has done well it's very early stages. I shouldn't be going too much overboard with him. But the early signs are very promising with Kivior. You can see he gets sometimes play on the right side, despite him being a left-footed centre back. He's played on the right side. He has done well. So yeah, I think QVR has made a bigger impact than Jorginho. QVR both. I should say that they made equal impact for us in the last two games, but probably we have missed it. We have missed the trick when it mattered, and it's maybe a bit too late now.
Okay, and got to give big praise to Martin Odegaard. These last two games, he's been outstanding. Got two goals against Chelsea. Got a goal yesterday. These are spectacular goals as well. He's scoring the way he's been burying these chances.
Absolutely, what excellent goals, to be honest. My goodness, what a strike that was in the first goal against Chelsea and the goal against Newcastle. My fantastic strike. You could see him, and I think he scored a stunning goal against Southampton as well. The second goal of the match, just before Saka equalized for us, I think. So yeah, he's been in an excellent stretch. He's been scoring goals for fun, and what a player, man! What a player! It just feels surreal that we got him for 30 million from Real Madrid. He's been orange in this season, and for me, I think by far he's the player of the season for us. By far, I know Gabriel Martinez got goals, Saka's got assists and all, but Odegaard with his drive in the midfield, with his vision, with his trickery, with his movement, with his leadership, he's just 23, 24. But you can see his body language, the way he just rallies the team forward, outstanding. And yeah, I know in City he had a poor game. He was at fault for the third goal of City, which kind of killed the game. I think it killed the game anyway after the second goal, but it made the scoreline worse. But he took the onus upon himself and did extremely well against Chelsea, and he kind of won the game for us against Newcastle as well, because the other one was an own goal. So outstanding performance by Odegaard, and for me, he's the player of the season for us this season.
Yeah, he's really stood up. We've needed to bounce back from that poor run of games we had and just try to put the pressure on City. And we've done that with these 2 wins, but City have managed to respond. I don't think they've looked that good, but just getting the 3 points is the most important thing. And we've had 2 wins, both were 2-1 wins, really tight games. It's unfortunate there. If they had just had a draw in one of them, that would have brought us closer to them. What's your thoughts on City and how they're going? They've got this crucial Champions League game coming up for them as well against Real Madrid.
Yeah, I've got an uncanny feeling that maybe it's still not over. Sometimes I feel that, yeah, this is just meant to be, this is done now. But sometimes again, I feel that, yeah, they've won 2-1. They haven't looked their best. You can see 2 narratives from this, because either you can say that, yeah, you can go a bit more bit philosopher here and can say, yeah, City haven't played in the last 3 games that well, but they still have got victories. So they haven't dropped any points. They're still 4 points clear. So if the writing is on the walls, maybe they are going to get it. Maybe they are becoming the champions. That we won't be doing it. But again, on the other hand, on the flip side, you think that, yeah, City are looking a bit dodgy, because against Leeds it was very shaky. Same against West Ham as well. Same goes against Fulham as well. So you may think that, yeah, with the Champions League game coming in between, and they have 3 away trips as well, like Everton, Brighton, Brentford. I know what happened against Brighton what happened at Brighton was an anomaly, because I don't think it will be happening every week, because I know Everton scored 5 goals, but Brighton are a lot better team than that, and they will be showing that in the coming matches. And same goes for Everton as well. They're still not out of the woods. They still have to. They'll have to. I think they're mostly out of the woods. They're mostly safe this season, but the ownership is still there on them to get a result at the Goodison against City, because they got a point at Etihad, and they'll be hoping to stay at least unbeaten against them in this season. So yeah, things can get haywire for City still, but the heart says it will get, that the mind says that no, there is no chance. But yeah, I'm going to listen to my heart, as I've always been. So I know, I just feel I'm having this big personality disorder, man. These days, I sometimes think that, yeah, we're gonna win, and sometimes we think that no, it's never going to happen anymore. But so hopefully, City been dodgy. City haven't been their best since the win against us, but they're getting the results. So it's up to them only. Up to Brighton, Brentford, Everton, and Chelsea. They have to play Chelsea at the other as well. I don't know what they can do. We have to rely on them and hope that they can slip up in 2 games, because they need them slipping up at least 2 games, and one of them has to be a loss, because 2 draws won't be doing enough, because they have a far superior goal difference. So yeah, I'm hoping it's the hope, man. I'm just hoping it's the hope that we're gonna somehow make it at the end.
Yeah, bro. This weekend's going to be massive. So they've got Everton for us, and then we've got Brighton at home. If Everton could do so, it'd be amazing. Everton are a good team at Goodison. I know they're struggling this season, but we saw against us, they really lifted their game and played really well. hopefully they can do something similar. This win they've had against Brighton today should give them some confidence as well. That was a crazy result there, 5-1 in the end to them. We know Brighton are a very strong team, so we're hopeful that Everton can do something. I mean, we've got the crucial game coming up against Brighton and ourselves. In recent times, Brighton have played really well against us. We did beat them at their ground, but in recent last few seasons, they've always given us a tough game. So that's going to be a difficult game for us. By that point, we'll know what the Man City result is. We hope Everton might have done us a favour, but either way, it's going to be a hard game. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think we have to do well because Brighton they're not going to be as fragile as they were today because they're looking to come back and bounce back with a better result because they have always troubled us in the past at home and away, but we got a victory, good victory this season. But it will be a tough match because they have some top players. McAllister's there, Gross, Welbeck has been backing in goals. Caicedo, man, what that will be kind of a tricky game for him as well because he was linked all winter with us and probably almost would have been an Arsenal player had it not been Brighton blocking the move. So yeah, it will be definitely a tough game. We'll have to grind out results somehow because I do believe we can get, and we'll have to hope that Everton can do some miracles at the Goodison. And and as we know, if Everton can get something done in that match, this players will be motivated. Then I can but surely say that they will be giving their 200% to get a victory at the Emirates. But Everton, I think that game, if City win there again, they may well be a bit, they will be maybe a bit more demoralized. But yeah, I'm hoping we're going to win against Brighton. It will be a tough match, but I believe we have enough to win.
Okay, what's your correct score prediction?
I'm going to go with 3-0. 3-0. Or 2-0. 2-0. Let's not go over 2-0.
Okay,
Should be too much.
that'll be great. What's your prediction for the Everton Man City game?
1-0. 1-0 Everton. Come on, you Toffees. Show them what you can do. Because, it has to be, it has to be because Everton still are not out of the woods. I think they're 37 after 35 matches or 34 matches. So they still need probably a cushion to be completely mathematically out of the relegation zone for the season. But yeah, let's hope that it will be like that only.
Okay, bro. And before we go, I just wanted to ask you your thoughts overall. Obviously, there's still 3 games to go, but we've seen a lot of talk. There's always talk about us bottling it, which is ridiculous because we're up against a team like Man City. We've not had a huge lead. I know at one point it was 8 points, but that was a long time ago. And against a team like Man City, they're so strong. They've won it 4 of the last 5 years. We know we have a very inexperienced team as well. There was a lot of criticism when we had that bad run of results and our performance away to Man City. But again, they're such a good team. I saw them do that to Bayern Munich. And they were just way too good for Bayern Munich recently, and we know how good a team Bayern Munich are. So, for us, we're a young team. We're getting better. We weren't expected to be in this position. You look at our progress from finishing 8th a couple of years back in a row, and then last season up to 5th, and now up to 2nd at the moment. Could still be 1st, but what's your overall thoughts on how it's been going for us this season, and especially about some of the criticism that we've been facing?
It's been a stellar season for us. Make no mistake, because every time I say, had we been given this option that at come May 7th, you'll be 2nd in the league, just 1 point behind Manchester City, we would have been doing cartwheels back in August. So it's been a stellar season, no doubt. The way these young troops have played, the way Arteta has led them, the Arteta's vision, the discipline, these players, the way they have made us dream is something to remember, even though we don't cross the line. But definitely there are room for improvements. Definitely they're going to think back and see what mistakes they have made, but they're going to learn from it. That is the most important thing, because we may not win the league, but we must learn some valuable lessons from this and hope to, rectify those mistakes in the coming seasons and win the Premier League. Then we still need 2 or 3 decent players. You could see that there are 2 or 3 players we still need, and if we can get the recruitment done properly come summer in the transfer window, I think we're good to go. And the criticism, I think it's more of frustration because people were believing that yeah, this young crop may may just do the unthinkable, may just win the Premier League, and I think it bodes from there. It bodes from utter frustration, disappointment, but it is very harsh to sometimes criticize players just below the belt or say something stupid things because I know that people are frustrated, but you have to support this team when the chips are down because we would have been amazed if had we finished top four, had we competed top four this season. Would have taken, yeah, that's a great season for us. But at this moment, we're still fighting with City toe to toe, eyeball on eyeball. We're still going in. We still have a chance to win the league, my friend. In May 7th or May 8th, with 3 weeks to go of the season, we still are in the title race. It hasn't happened for us in years. Even in the Leicester season, when we became second, it was not that close. So I don't remember, probably in the 2007-8 season when we finished on 83 points after that Eduardo season. I think it was this close at this moment of time, at this juncture of time. It's been a fantastic season for us. Make no mistake of that. With the players that we have had with these young troops, very inexperienced. Some of these players have become main this season. The kids have become main this season, and they're going to build on to that, and hopefully they're going to make us better, and they're going to yield better results for us in the coming season. But yeah, one thing for sure, we still need two or three decent players in midfielder, that's for sure. Probably a centre back because Holding has to go. A right back maybe, I don't know, and probably a striker. I'll still get a striker if Balogun decides to leave, or even if he stays. If Nketiah leaves, I think we still have to get a striker, and then only we can be set because the midfield is not must at this moment because we've seen the issues that we have had in the midfield. People, yeah, we know Xhaka has done extremely well. Jorginho, Elneny, Partey, all are there. That player, Declan Rice, the leader. That's why people crying their heart out for Declan Rice because he can elevate this midfield big time. And if we get the recruitment right, we're going to do better this next season. But for this season, we have to take what it is because they have made us dream, and that's nothing to be ashamed of, and we should be really proud of this team and these players and as fans as well.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Really proud of the boys. Fought hard all season long, and we've just got to continue it right until the last game. Get to 90 points, see where that takes us. But again, we saw against Newcastle.
90 points means we are same as invincibles. Can you believe it, man? With this young squad, this competitive Premier League, that's amazing achievement, isn't it? Even if we don't win the league, forget the league, with 23-year-olds, 22-year-olds in the teams, the likes of Saka, Jesus. When is the last time that four different Arsenal players have scored more than 10 goals in a season? It happened in 2012, 2013. But that season wasn't the scorers were like Catola, I think Catola was there, I think Catola, Podolski, Giroud, and Walcott. They're all like 26, 27. They're at peak of their game. But look at this season: Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus. I think Jesus is the oldest among them. He's 26. Odegaard is 23. Saka and Martinelli 21. So amazing achievement. We have to say. We have to give massive credit, give massive love to all the players for pulling up this kind of performances. Yeah, they're going to be disappointed if we don't win the league. But what they have achieved is nothing to be, nothing to, what should I say, underwhelm, nothing to, make it, nothing to dilute it because they've done a tremendous job this season.
Yeah, for sure. And I was listening to Aaron Ramsdale's comments yesterday after the game, and he was talking about how Arteta showed them the Amazon documentary and what happened at Newcastle last year, the reaction to that game we saw in the dressing room, and how that motivated them more. And we've come so far from then. You can see we're just so much stronger. We've had a few blips this season here and there, but in general, throughout the season, we've played so well. We've been fighting in games right until the end, and we're just going to get better and better. As you said, such a young team, so many young players. We're going to have Champions League football now as well. We're going to have the ability to go in the transfer market, attract them higher level of players, to offer the Champions League football. We're going to have a bigger budget as well with the Champions League football. So the future's looking bright for us, without doubt.
Absolutely, absolutely. We just have to hope. We have to just stay beside the team, stay behind these guys, stay behind the manager, keep supporting because that is all they want. Because they have delivered this season with these young players with a big heart and with some monumental performances. They have made us dream, and they have just played out of their skin. To be honest, it may not be enough, or it may be, it may still well be enough. We may still have the red and white ribbons in the Premier League come May 28th. But whatever happens, we have to support and we have to believe that yeah, this team can take us to the next step. And this manager has it in him to motivate the players to get better, to do better, and just to reach the ultimate glory or ultimate goal of us in the coming seasons.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Exciting times for us. It's going to be great to have Champions League football back next season as well. It's been so long, bro. Looking forward to being in that. I was
Yeah, that's great.
I'm not sure where we're going to be seeded because we've not been in it for so long. So we could be like in pot three, which means we could have two big teams in our group as well. So yeah, bro, got that to look forward to next season as well. But first things first, let's finish this season well. Let's get to 90 points, see where that takes us. So, bro, thanks. That's all from us.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And hopefully next week when we do it, we're going to say that we are just around 1 point or 2 points from City. Hopefully, man.
Let's hope so, bro. So thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.